Oh, hi. Hi. Oh, thank you. I'm really glad you liked my poems. Yeah. Well, I'm Ree, by the way. It's nice to meet you. Um, yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I usually write. Yeah, like about like relationships and feelings and yeah, the cheesy kind. Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah, this poem was probably a little depressing. I don't always write like that, but yeah, I mean, I tend to write more when I'm feeling down than when I'm feeling positive about something. So I guess it makes sense that I've written more like depressing poems than happy ones. But yeah, what about you? Do you write? No, just a listener then. Oh, you're here by accident? Okay, elaborate. How does that happen? How do you end up at a place by accident? Okay, you were supposed to meet your friends here and they canceled. And you've never been here before. Ah, okay, that makes sense. So, so you decided to stay? Yeah, and then you heard about the poetry event, right? So you've never been to one of these things before, like an open mic poetry thing. Oh, you're not a poetry fan, huh? Well, after tonight, do you think you might become one? Yeah. Well, a lot of people actually like have this like opinion or perspective on poetry that it's just like this boring thing that they hated because they had to analyze poems in like English class in high school. But I I think that that view is often based on the fact that okay, let me start over. That was not good. No, because like when you were in school and in literature classes, when you had to analyze poems, that was just like an entire like that was just wrong. I mean, because poetry is not science. It's it comes from the heart. It's beautiful and it's like a yeah. You probably know like what I'm trying to say, right? Yes, exactly. Are you are you quoting Robin Williams? Yeah, the Dead Poet Society. Oh my god, I love that movie. It was actually one of the reasons why I started writing poetry. That's like my favorite movie of all time. I've not met someone who loves it as much as me, honestly. I'm I'm impressed. Well, what is kind of strange is that you were not a fan of poetry, even though you saw that movie and you say that you really love it. So, yeah, I get that. I mean, I guess it kind of it can take time for you to like, or for people in general to understand it, because it's just a different kind of writing, a different kind of literature. It's not like it's I feel like it's harder to understand than just regular prose. Well, it depends on the author, obviously, but yeah, it's like wine. When you first taste wine, it's just like, oh, what is this? How do people drink it? This is disgusting. And you're like so confused, and you're like, how does everybody so crazy about this? Like, what is that? It's like the first, that's the same thing as when you first read a poem that's like longer and more complex, like, okay, I don't mean like T.S. Eliot, because that's advanced shit, but you know, something a little bit simpler than that. And the first time you read it, you're like, what the fuck? You have no idea what the author meant, or, you know, why are there so many weird words in it, or why doesn't it rhyme, because you're used to poetry just being rhymes. Yeah, and you just like stare at the page and you're like, people actually like are a fan of this. Yeah, that's the same thing. It just has to like grow on you a little. Well, I'm glad that made sense, because I felt like that was just really random. Yeah. No, I come here every month. Yeah, for the open mic. Well, that would be great. I mean, I'd really like to see you here. Yeah, I mean, even as a listener, sure. I mean, there's loads of people who come here just to listen, so that's completely fine. Even though I must admit, I will probably be a little more nervous if you're gonna be around. No. Well, thank you again. It really means a lot to me that you like it. Yeah. No, I'm really proud of the stuff that I write, and I really, really enjoy like performing them here. And because like the audience here is so like accepting, you know. That's not what you get. You don't get that everywhere. Like, no matter what language you perform in, or what's the theme or of your work, or whether you have curse words in it or whatever it is, they're just gonna listen and try to see things your way. I find that fascinating. Yeah. No, I don't need to I don't need to go. I mean, I don't need to go now. I can stay for as long as I want. Oh, sure. Sure, you can buy me a drink, sure. Yeah. Just before I forget though, do you think I can have your number? Okay. Great. Well, let's go check out the drink menu then.